And how's your day, buddy?
Dude, all right. What's better than finishing your day with a quickie?
Not very much. All right. Well, you know what? I think that's about as good of an intro. Let's go ahead and get the we'll do the prevenge pod since we did the Fandemic for prevenge. So we'll
Let's
go
do
full
it. Let's
circle.
do it.
Get your earphones in, everybody, and everybody hear us out. We are Brad Butin and Brian Dennis, and this is PVOTN. We've got my dad leveling up your awesomeness, dropping knowledge of TV, movies, and comics. We've got Brian Dennis flexing his nerd muscles. How you level up your awesomeness? He will solve the puzzle. Just when you thought you've heard it all, a new episode will come along. Won't you like, subscribe, and rate our show? One last thing. Leave a 5-star review before you go. Oh yeah!
And you don't want to make a 10-year-old cry. So
And just like with Rob Van Dam, everything is 5 stars, and this is the whole damn show. Let's do it, sir.
all right, welcome to a Fandemic Quickie. This is a podcast about talking to different people that I may or may not know and see where we end up, all in about 30 minutes or less. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and today I am talking to my heterosexual life partner, Brian. Well, you can say your name.
Brian S. Dennis with the S stands for James Gunn.
Yes, welcome back to the Fandemic Quickie.
What is going on, man? I am excited to talk about tonight's quickie. But again, what day is it made better by a quickie? It's almost
Nothing
like
that ends in a Y.
no, and it's almost like if you were to go under your parents' bed, find that shoebox, slow. I love the fact we always said you got to slowly pull out. That changes
Right.
what's going to happen. But just for everybody's benefit, slowly pull it out, lift the lid, close your eyes with your bare hand. You reach in and you pull out the James Gunn universe that is the new DCU.
Yes, tonight we are giving our thoughts on the DCU Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. We've
And
had a few
DCU
days.
Chapter 1 should also be called the Buzzverse. I don't know why it's like that. Okay.
We've had a few days to let things simmer down. So, Brian, let's go over the list and then we'll kind of talk about it, everything one at a time. We'll start at the beginning and go down. So, we got new movies coming out starting in 2025.
Yep.
2025, yeah.
2025. Yep.
Yep, and then probably going to go on for a while here. And there was a couple things that I was hoping was going to be in the list. It wasn't, but I'm sure we'll get into that. Just to name the properties really quick, we've got Superman Legacy.
Yep.
We have The Authority.
Absolutely.
We have The Brave and Bold. We have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Swamp fucking Thing.
It's about damn time.
Yes.
Hold up. There's two. Okay. There's three that I get really excited about. One of which is Swamp Thing's getting a real damn movie. It's described as a very dark horror story. This is what we want. This is what we need. Give us Swamp Thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. A James Gunn in control of Swamp Thing it's a beautiful
It's
thing.
what we need. It's what we need.
Yeah.
It's what I kind of want to see Killmonger show up in Swamp Thing. I don't know why, but I feel like if he's gonna show me any of this, it should be Swamp Thing.
I mean, there's definitely a place for Michael B. Jordan in something over here. Absolutely.
Several places.
Now, those are the movies, and then we do have some animated shows that are going to go into the movie verse as well. Creature Commandos, looking forward to that one. Waller and Viola Davis is gonna reprise the role.
Good. And is executive producer from what I saw as well.
Yes, and probably the one of the ones that I'm most excited about.
Let me hear it, sir. Say it.
Booster Gold.
Yes.
Oh yes, man. Oh my gosh. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Lanterns.
Yep.
We are gonna get lanterns, and
And the
James
only way
Gunn.
you can do Lanterns is as a TV show. There's too much going on.
Oh
There-
yeah.
We've talked about this in the bigger podcast many
Mhm.
times. One of the ways that we see things get messed up is not everything can be a movie. Even if you make it a 3-hour movie, not everything lends itself well to the movie format. We talked about that, especially with like Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
Should be a show. And another one that should most definitely be a show is anything involving the overall Green Lantern Corps. So Lanterns
Yeah.
as a show, very excited.
So, yes, it's just too big.
Yep.
And then ending with they're saying a Game of Thrones style political drama called Paradise Lost. That's going to take place on Themyscira. That's
Yep.
going to be freaking amazing.
And if you
Can't
don't
wait.
know Themyscira, it's where Wonder Woman's from. So yeah,
Yes.
so it is the anti-fantasy island. It gets a little weird on Themyscira.
Do you
Yep.
watch Fantasy Island?
You know, I watched a few episodes. It's hit and miss with me. They
Same.
try and make it more serious, which I appreciate that tone. But I'm old enough to remember it in reruns, the original one. And sad to say, I'm always looking for my boy Tattoo. I'm just like, where is he? Where is he? Tattoo, the plane, boss, the plane. That is horrible.
Yeah.
But I kind of want that. But yeah, it's not the worst show out there. That would be Velma, but it just leaves a little something to be
Yeah.
something to be desired. Yep.
You might get the alert that Velma's the worst one, right?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
that?
Velma's just
Dude.
yeah, yep. I mean, at this point, the only thing that could rehab Velma was if you go and you get Linda Cardellini and just let her run through the woods and fall down a lot.
Mhm.
And yeah, and that works for me. Kind of like kids, if you're ever at home alone and you're looking for a little something to do, go in your parents' bedroom. Look under the bed. So you see that shoebox. Slowly pull it out. Open the lid. And with your bare hands, see where dreams go to die. All right, sir.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about
Thank you for the
Superman.
scroll, by the way. That was completely a do you boo boo moment. All right. Yes. Superman.
Superman Legacy, man.
Yes.
So to me, legacy means you're passing the torch. So do you think this is going to be more of a Jonathan Kent Superman, or is this going to be Clark Kent Superman? Are you thinking?
I'm thinking Clark. I'm thinking there is still space for that. Anyone that has seen our larger podcast knows neither one of us are huge Kal-El Superman fans. I think I come a little harsher when it comes to our boy in the blue and red. But I think there is place for this. I'm very interested in what we do with the casting because Cavill is officially done, correct?
Yeah.
So with Cavill being done, by the way, James Gunn, we will always love James Gunn for the Suicide Squad, the sequel Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker, which is one for both of us among our 2022 favorite shows. But talk about a D punch. Look, dude, I'm gonna leave The Witcher to focus on this. We're gonna put me in Black Adam, and then they go, you know what? Nah. Like that was James Gunn, that wasn't your finest move. Just saying.
I will say,
not want Dwayne Johnson looking for me. That's all I'm saying. I would not want
correct.
The Rock looking for me.
I mean, it might be between a rock and a hard place, right?
By the way, we are twins in the eyebrow.
That's right. That is true. That one thing about Black Adam, though, I love the movie. Absolutely, I love that movie. It's probably one of my favorite DC movies up to now. But
how much of that did you love that was actually Black Adam? How much of that did you love that was the JSA?
You're right. I probably like more the JSA than Black Adam.
Especially Hawkman.
Yeah, man. But I will say this about Black Adam: they made a mistake when they didn't they didn't even mention Shazam. Really, you know. I mean, because Black Adam is super tied to Shazam, and you can they still could have done everything out there that they did in the movie, but you know, that's the old DCU. We're talking the new DCU.
The new
and
DCU.
If James Gunn can make us like Robert Patrick's White Dragon and give a crap about that character, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot.
You know what? Like this to give you an example of this, if I was Big Brother, Big Sisters, and I was getting real kind of sparse, excuse me, on the Big Brothers, I might go to White Dragon and go, hey, you know, let's give it a shot. Like, let's see what you can. They make us. They make the son of a megalomite racist serial killer, who is himself a serial killer, really likable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we're talking about chapter one, but just real quick, think about how effective storytelling that Peacemaker was. That you take Peacemaker, Vigilante, and White Dragon, who between the three of them have no redeeming qualities. I
Mhm.
mean, zero, zilch, nada, and you feel for all three of them.
Yeah.
That was really impressive. I got to give you boy JG a little bit of love there.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome, man. So after Superman Legacy
Hmm.
comes out, we're gonna get the Authority, man. And
Give it to me. Give it
dude,
to me.
yeah, I mean,
Give it
I
to me.
forgot who they were, but I mean, like,
That's the
I had
candy
a
that Daddy likes. Yes,
right,
sir. The
man.
Authority.
So
It's about the
I was
Unkind.
texting Brian. I'm like, dude, what's the Authority?
The
And then once he
Authority.
started telling me, I was, the light bulb was going off. But so Brian,
Yes. Yes.
take this one away.
I'll give you a super quick version. So basically, the Authority is like most superhero teams, takes a lot of its lead from the Justice League. The big part about the pardon me, the big signal with the Authority is that it takes a lot of those characters that we know and those pastiche, that's a fancy word, for saying the outline of who would really attribute to the Justice League and playing with the characters. So what you're gonna see is Midnighter, aka Batman, Apollo, aka Superman, and really some great plays on that. Gonna get introduced to a couple really cool characters and Jack Hawksmoor and Jenny Quantum. And really it's the idea of really the idea of superheroes who aren't necessarily that heroic, but also still are trying to do the best thing. And I really hope, and this is all I'm going to share, you can Google the show if you, I mean, the books if you're not familiar. There's a great moment between Apollo and Midnighter that they better give us in the movie. The Authority is one of my favorite books. It's a takeoff of Stormfront. It actually started underneath the Wildstorm imprint, then later moved to DC proper. To see this, which is, in my opinion, way, way, way overdue. If you like Watchmen, if you like The Boys, you're gonna love The Authority.
Yeah, man. Warren Ellis, I think, was the writer of the acclaimed book. And I don't have it. I'm gonna order it actually because I definitely
Okay.
want to read it. I do know Midnighter and Apollo, and I definitely
Yep.
know what you're talking about there. And yes, all you have to do is Google Midnighter and Apollo. You're gonna
Yes.
get the spoiler.
Yep.
And
If you want it, you can get
Yep.
it pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also beyond anything else. It's just one of my favorite books. It's so well written. It took this is one thing we talk about in the podcast quite a bit, that we've had comics now for so many years, and there's something that kind of fall within the comic, standards. Someone that can fly, someone that's invulnerable, someone with super speed, all those things. How do you make those standard things interesting? Because it can be hard to do when you've got those archetypes of the Supermans, the Batmans, the Flashes, the Wonder Womans, and what happened. Because DC really were some of those archetypes we know. The Authority does such a great job in taking some of those familiar themes and playing with it, and you think you know, but you don't. Which is what The Boys did, which is what way before The Authority, what Watchmen did. So that's what makes me really excited for The Authority. And I'm really, again, of all the things that they released, I know you probably geeked out more for some of the other products like Booster Gold. This was the one for me that had me fanboying, going, yeah. So I am really excited for The Authority.
Awesome, man. So we're going to move on from there, and we're going to talk a little bit about Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Now, this one, they're jumping right into Damian Wayne.
Yep. Yep. As they should. As they should.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah, so I mean, my take on that is like Nightwing is already Nightwing, Red
Yep.
Hood is already Red Hood.
Yep.
You know, Tim Drake is never gonna get love.
Okay, he's the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Like
Right.
no one cares. Like poor Tim Drake, no one cares. Yeah.
One of the smartest people in DC Comics, and yeah, you're right.
The only of the Robins who figured out who the hell Batman was.
Yeah.
Like let's not give him any love. Any love.
And I love Tim Drake. Like outside, I mean, Nightwing's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
But I like.
And I think at this point, Nightwing / Dick Grayson, you can almost take him out of the Robin pantheon because he is a strong enough character on his own. So when you talk the Robins, you really can talk Tim Drake, Jason Todd, and Damian Wayne. And I agree with you, Tim Drake. Until recently, Tim Drake would have been my favorite of those three. But your boy Damian Wayne, come on now.
Dude, those Super Sons was fucking amazing.
And you gotta give it love to the dude that's rocking the faux hawk. Like, I don't care. I know this is probably problematic, but I don't care. My grandfather is the demon's head. My mother is an assassin. My pops is the detective.
Yeah.
Okay? I got everything to have gripe with the universe, and I'm rich.
Yeah.
Like this, you know what? This is who Rob Kardashian wishes he was. There it is. I said it right here that if Rob Kardashian could remake his life, he'd be Damian Wayne.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be dark. I hope. I'm looking forward to it.
With this, it's gotta be now. Well, let me take that back. If we go by the television series, Batman, Brave and the Bold, those tended to be some of the lighter aspects of Batman.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping you there's certain Batman has had lots of different incarnations. We go to your favorite Adam West version, kind of the pop culture kishy version of that. Batman can be a lighter character. I like my Batman dark. However, there is space for the lighter dynamic duo Batman. However, there is no space. Now, like I said, as much as I say you can find some lighter shades of Bruce Wayne Batman's story. He is hella rich. He is hella handsome. He has all the ladies. He has all the toys. But the one person in the DCU, you could light up Red Hood before you can lighten up Damian Wayne. So if you give me a Brave and the Bold and you give me Damian Wayne, I agree with you. I want my dark, bitter, maladjusted, homicidal, rocking the katana sword Damian Wayne.
Yeah, man. So on that, especially when you're talking about Brave and Bold, got a question for you. In the cartoon Brave and Bold,
yes,
one of the people was Mr. Terrific.
Yes.
Do you consider, because in the comics, Mr. Terrific is pretty much part of the Bat family?
He is.
Do you consider Mr. Terrific part of the Bat family?
100%. That's because you know this. Mr. Terrific is one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
One of the ones I'm really upset. I should say upset because there's a lot of people to put in there. One of the ones I feel that we need to have, and with them giving us JSA, I'm hoping we get a Mr. Terrific in some way. I want a JSA movie is what I want, because I want proper time given to Mr. Terrific, proper time given to Wildcat, proper time given to Hawkman and Hawkgirl or Hawkwoman. But that way, if they could leave out Atom Smasher, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Give me Hour Man, give me Sandman, don't give me
and Green Arrow.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Think about it. You could have because one thing that Marvel did really well was they showed that while Tony Stark and Captain America, so Iron Man and Cap, while they were partners and they were friends, they also were diametrically opposed to how they looked at life, and that came up to a head in Civil War, right? Could you imagine that bubbling under with Mr. Terrific and Green Arrow? So you have legitimately one of the smartest people on the planet in Mr. Terrific, and you've got a millionaire, not billionaire, because that's Batman lane. By the way, you ever wonder if you're Ollie Quinn, seriously, the only reason he's not a billionaire in his backstory was to avoid the comparisons to Batman.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. So Ollie Quinn, never my absolute favorite, but I will give you the Green Arrow gets the Shaft. You like that? We call the
Ugh.
Shaft One-Eyed Willie, by the way. He
Yeah.
gets the Shaft. A lot of stuff in relative to Batman. So I think you give him a JSA product and a good picture. Who would you do? Again, when it was supposed to be chapter 1, we're gonna fan cast this for 2 seconds. Who's your Green Arrow? Are you pulling from the TV show? Or are you going someone different?
No, man. Austin Butler from Elvis. He's my Green Arrow.
Yo.
Yeah, somebody fan cast him as that. Now that's the only person I want.
Okay, so can I fan cast Black Canary?
Oh yeah,
Hillary Duff.
dude.
Hillary Duff, dude.
And she can sing.
And see this DC James Gunn, because we know you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, J-Dog. Just $100,000 will come in.
Yeah.
$100,000. That's a rate for us.
Right. Just obviously just pay for the plane tickets out, and
we're gonna give you diamonds. We're gonna give you diamonds, man.
Man, we got this.
Basically, if you give us the plane ticket and pay for the two of us to go to a buffet, it's $100,000. So, yeah, because I'm gonna run up an air conditioning. But if you give us your brother sweats, okay? If you give us some time, we will fix this. But absolutely, Hillary Duff. Oh God. Okay, so when you mentioned him earlier, how you feel like Michael B. Jordan is Mr. Terrific?
I dig it, man. I dig it.
I'm
So
curious,
Mr. Terrific,
too young. You think you can pull it off?
I think he can pull it off, man. Absolutely. I think he'd be good for the character too. But I know Mr. Terrific was in Arrow, and he was one of the better parts of the Arrow team.
Yes.
I mean, David Ramsey was probably one of my favorite for like the person who we'll talk about shortly coming up. But yeah, man, perfect. All right, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Do you know anything about the book Woman of Tomorrow with Supergirl?
I don't. All I can say is I enjoy the character of Kara L. I watched Superman Unbound the other day. I do have issue that, they give her the micro mini skirt and she's set to fly. But other than that, I don't know anything about the book. So hit me, man.
Yes, I won't say too much. I will, because I do want you to read it, because it is it's one of Tom King's best writings, hands down, one of his best writings.
Okay.
And it's about a year old now.
Okay.
And it doesn't take place on Earth. She is not on Earth when this is happening.
Is she on Krypton, or where is she at?
No, she is on another planet where she does not have all of her powers.
Beautiful.
And it is beautifully written. It is one of the best comics you're going to get.
Okay.
Probably one of the best comics that's been written in the last couple of years.
Okay.
In the last probably 10 years, I could probably say Supergirl, Woman on Tomorrow, and Miracle Man is so freaking amazing. But
Ryan Felipe, he needs to be scot-free. He needs to give out Mr. Miracle. You need to give us again, James, Jim, J-Dog. Call us. Like, seriously, again, I know I keep going on our tangents. This is for real something I want to see. So this came up just about happenstance. One of our bigger podcasts is what we need. We want an apocalypse movie. We don't want Superman and apocalypse. That's coming. Mm-hmm. That's a given. That's Hogan versus Andre. We know that's the match we need. Okay, but before we get there, whet our appetite. Give us again Dennis Haysbert as Apocalypse. Give us Helen Mirren as Granny Goodness. Give us Scott Free. Give us Ryan Phillippe as Scott Free, and give us Gina Carano as Big Bertha.
You mean Darkseid, by the way?
Huh?
You said Apocalypse. You mean Darkseid?
I meant Darkseid. Yeah, I jumped to the Amalgam universe where they put them together.
Yeah.
But when you absorb this much nerd knowledge, it all just fades into one another. Right. But anyway, you give us those people. You give us a really good Darkseid and introduce the new gods. You give us that. That's what we want. That's the candy that Daddy likes. Give us that. So with that being said, with Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, I would absolutely get the book to read it. I have always been a fan of Supergirl, but here's my question to you, sir.
Mhm.
You gotta keep two, get rid of one. I'm
Mhm.
gonna give you Wonder Woman, I'm gonna give you Power Girl, and I'm gonna give you Supergirl. Keep two, get rid of one. Which two you keep and which one you getting rid of?
How old am I? Because that
Okay,
will
we're
play.
gonna do it twice. We're gonna do it twice. We're gonna
Okay.
give it to you at 14, and we're gonna give you at your real age now.
All right,
So
at 14,
yeah.
at 14, there's no way we're getting rid of Power Girl. And
I don't know at
honestly,
40s we're getting rid of Power Girl, but I feel you. Okay, yeah.
right. And probably we'll probably get rid of Wonder Woman at that range because I mean, back in the
Well,
'90s when I was
you keep
14,
two. You can keep
Supergirl.
two.
Oh, I
You
keep
keep
two.
two. So you get
All right.
rid of Power. So you keep Power Girl.
Power Girl, I'm gonna keep Wonder Woman. We're gonna lose Supergirl.
Okay. See, I would keep Supergirl, but that's just me.
Yeah.
And then now, you keep two, get rid of one. So you get Wonder Woman, Power Girl, Supergirl.
I'm gonna keep Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep. You know what? I'm gonna keep Supergirl now.
Thank you. Power Girl has no value storyline wise.
Mm-hmm.
The drawing is great. By the way, I've always wondered, can you imagine trying to draw any comic where you've got both Power Girl and Starfire?
Right? It's a 14-year-old's
That,
afterwards.
yeah,
that comic is usually found underneath your parents' bed.
There are no right angles in that comic. There are no right angles in that comic. Everything is a curve. Okay.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you don't get where I'm going, read the real comics featuring Starfire, not the Cartoon Network show.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So after Supergirl,
yes,
Swamp Thing, man.
Boom.
Dude, we're gonna get a horror movie. We are gonna get a DC horror movie in Swamp Thing.
And you better give me Ron Perlman as Swamp Thing. I don't anybody else. I don't. If you're feeling
Dennis Haber.
No, because Dennis is gonna be a dark side.
He's gonna be dark side.
Yeah, that's why I'm going there. So you give me So listen to me, Bradley. So you give me, sir. You give me Ron Perlman. You give me Hellboy. You give me that voice, that angst, that darkness. You give me Hellboy. I mean, you give me him as Swallow. You don't give me him as Alec, okay? No, you give me a good-looking actor as that. You give me that in flashbacks. You give me that when he's all introspective. But the guy, the voice, the Thing, you give me the real Thing. By the way, Swamp Thing versus Thing, who you picking?
Swamp Thing.
My guy.
Swamp Thing, man. Oh,
absolutely.
Dude.
He's an elemental. He's whipping that ass, right?
Dude, there's a few people that Swamp Thing couldn't beat in Marvel or DC.
Real talk. By the way, the Thing would call Swamp Thing Daddy. That's how hard he's smacking that ass.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you give me again, I just lost track of old boy. So you give me Ron Perlman as Swamp Thing. You give me a real backstory. You give me torture. You give me angst. You give me horror. That's the movie. That's what I want. And we have a visit from Princess Leia, who's right behind you.
Hi, Leia. You want to say hi?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, and you can share this with Leia. Leia, thank you so much for not screaming into the mic. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was awesome. That was very cool.
I can't hear.
I know. All right, kiddo. We're gonna finish with the podcast. We were talking about the DC movies. So, who do you like better? Superman, Batman, Supergirl. Yeah, I knew it.
Fair. Okay, but that she compared Batgirl to Supergirl because that to me is no contest.
So Leia is a huge fan of Supergirl, and Anna is a Batgirl fan. So they're my Supergirl and Batgirl. So all the toys when they were younger, I get Supergirl for her and Batgirl for Anna. She should show up in somewhere in Brave and Bold.
Yes. And I try hard to get into the black Batwoman thing, and it gets overly convoluted. How many ways can you spell Cassandra Cain?
Yeah.
So give me Batgirl, give me Barbara Gordon, give me Oracle, give me the Commissioner's Daughter, give me Robin's Boo, give me all that. That's what I want. By the way, the only issue I had with The Long Good Night was that West End love story between Batman and Supergirl. That was the ick moment. That was like, why is this here?
Yeah.
nothing to do with what we want to see.
Yeah, and that's just a relationship that should never ever happen.
No, I mean that's her dad's work buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be like if there's just all the egg. That's just all the
yeah.
egg. Okay, all right. So one question I have before you move forward, which is which one are you keeping? One, Batgirl, Black Bat, or Batwoman. Which one are you keeping?
Batgirl, Black Bat,
Yep,
or who else?
Batwoman.
Or Batwoman? Oh, I'm keeping Batgirl for sure. Man, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of Batwoman. I don't know.
When when Ruby couldn't save it in that TV series, and she was built to play Batwoman, and it just like it. So
Yeah.
again, Jimmy James, J Dog. If we can give you anything, you got to simplify some of the canons on the canon. Do a Power Girl and Batwoman. Those are super confusing. We can't keep track. And you need here's another one for the Bat family.
Mhm.
And I know this is gonna be mansplaining because I'm cool with Batman, I'm cool with Robin's plural, I'm cool with Red Hood, I'm cool with Nightwing, I'm cool with Batwing, I'm cool with Azazel. From the female side, which again, this is horrible, but I'm thinking we got to figure out. So we've got Batgirl, we got Black Bat, we got Batwoman,
Spoiler: you have Orphan,
and
you have
Huntress.
Huntress. Yep.
Like, where are we at here? Like, who is your favorite of those? Is it Batgirl?
It's Batgirl probably. It'd probably either be Batgirl or Huntress, probably, or Catwoman. I guess Catwoman.
I
would be
forgot
an
about
exist.
Catwoman.
But
Forgot
I
about
mean,
Catwoman.
I don't know. But I always go back and forth because I know, like in recent history, Catwoman really isn't a villain anymore.
Yeah, and I miss Catwoman as a villain. I really do because I think she was the Batman's match.
Right.
As much as I feel. Who do you think? And again, we're really going aside the chat room. I probably get back chat room real quick. My last question to you: who is Batman's true love, Catwoman or Talia al Ghul?
So it's Catwoman, but it should be Talia al Ghul.
Okay.
I mean, he fits better. And let's get. By the way, let's give Damian a mom and a dad. He's already screwed up enough. Well, he can have a full mom and dad.
Yeah. I feel you. But my question is, if you give Talia al Ghul's mom, does she throw herself off of a bedroom window when she's in a dream, within a dream? Like, does she do that? Because remember, the trains are coming. So if you don't get that, watch Inception.
Yeah.
So by the way, we've been doing this nerdness for a couple years now. Catch up. All right.
Yeah.
So we've been running. This is meant to be a quickie. What else you want to cover here? Because we got to get to your boy Booster Gold.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
we jump to Booster?
No, we'll get there, man. I'm okay. But it's a long quickie, so
I'm good with it. And by the way, when you're in the 40s, you never use the term, "Hey, this was a long quickie." But it could be a long quickie if you go in your parents' bedroom right now and you slowly slide out that shoebox, lift the lid up, and with your bare hands go in there, and you will find the real toy story. You may find Woody, you may find Buzz, but I guarantee you who you won't find. Horrible. You won't find Little Bo Peep. I'm sorry.
Oh, buddy.
I'm a horrible human being. Okay.
Do you, boo boo?
Yeah, save us.
Creature Commandos.
Yes.
Animated movie or animated TV show. I don't really know a ton. Do you know much about Creature Commandos?
No, I don't.
Yeah. So that'll be a good surprise for everybody. So I'm looking forward to learning about them. And then Waller, we do have Waller. So Waller's going to be a good chance to bring in a bunch of obscure CB villains. We're going to get some Suicide Squad. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
And then
you know what? I want you to figure out how to give me Weasel. Like, somehow Weasel survived. Give me Weasel. Like, you got to drop your boy Weasel into it somehow.
Well, I
So,
mean, it's a different universe, so I mean, Weasel could be alive in this universe. So
well, he survived the other one barely, but he survived it. So give me Weasel.
yeah.
Give me Weasel,
Oh, and then we get Booster Gold. We're gonna
bruh,
get a Booster Gold TV
bruh,
series, and
bruh,
Glenn Howard.
bruh.
Was it Howard? Yeah,
I think it's Howard. I
yeah.
think it's Howard,
He has put his name in
bruh.
for
We
Booster
called
Gold.
it. We called. Okay, so little inside baseball for our listeners. So when you and I went and saw Top Gun Maverick, we called it then. We called it then that this guy needs to be Booster Gold. So when we tongue in cheek joke around like, hey, you know what, James Gunn, hey MCU, hey Taylor Sheridan. When we joke around and say, hey, call us because we know you're listening, whether you're listening or not, this is what we need the podcast help. Bradley and I give you nothing but gold. We give you nothing but diamonds. And we do this for free. You know what? We don't do this for fun. We're straight up nerds. This is the nerd verse, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We lead. Okay, this is the Legion of Doom versus the Steiner Brothers versus the Midnight Express. This is a triple threat of triple threats. Okay, this is the Dudley Boys on the ladder looking at the tables, going, "I ain't scared," right? You know what I'm saying? This is Jesse the Body Ventura going, "I ain't got time to bleed." All right, we give you gold. So whether you are the MCU, the DCU, Elseworlds, wherever you want to be, holla at your boys. We will make you diamonds. We will bring stacks on stack. We will give you Jay-Z money. And I know the Black Illuminati is looking for me. Fight me. Okay. So, with that being said, sir, take us the rest of the way. But again, Booster Gold, again, as well as the series, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, man. And Booster Gold, if you don't know by now, Booster Gold is freaking amazing. He's from the future.
Yeah.
Who's a loser in the future.
Yep.
So he
Yep.
takes future tech, comes back in the past, and to be a
He
superhero.
Donald Trumps is what he does. He Donald Trumps it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
Yeah.
by the way, Bradley, here again is my fandom. There's only one person who could do the voice of Skeets. Lil Jon.
Little John.
The rapper Lil Jon.
I mean, that's
because there's any
brilliant
person
there.
who has made more money off the term skate, skate, skate.
That
you
is
gotta put Lil Jon as the voice
brilliant.
of Skeets.
That is freaking brilliant, man. Yes.
Yes. Just to hear Boost, are you confirming? Yes, I am. To hear him go, okay. Yes, absolutely. Give me Lil Jon as the voice of Skeets. Yes.
I freaking love this. Another show that we're getting, Lanterns.
Dude.
We're going to get Jon Stewart. We're going to get Hal Jordan. Yes, they could have done better than Hal Jordan. Kyle Rayner's better fit.
I would have preferred Kyle to Hal, but in the canon of Lanterns, especially for season 1, you got to give us Hal. I feel you got to give us Hal.
Or Alan. But, we'll go. I mean, Alan can't handle wood, under his parents' head.
You know what? Once you hit your 40s, your wood handling skills do become a little problem. But you know who can always handle the wood? It's those kids who go under their parents' bed, slowly pull out the shoebox, flip open the lid, and with their bare hands, go in searching for the Booster Gold. All right.
Booster Gold.
Yes. So is Nathan Fillion attached to the Lanterns project yet or not? Because he damn sure better be.
I hope so, man. It's made for him. Dude, man, Lanterns, if you don't know how much we love Lanterns, especially Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner.
Absolutely. So here's my question, because I've seen the articles about Chapter 1. For the series, are these all going to be HBO? Are they going to be Warner Brothers? Is there going to be a different platform to watch? Like, where they said you'll be able to find the series content?
I think it's going to all be on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Anything else you want to add about Lanterns?
Just thank you for giving us this. Give us a quality Kilowog. That's
Sinestro.
Sinestro. yes, I asked. We played around about the Guardians. I think lanterns, especially, I would make lanterns. This is again just off the top of the dome. I would make lanterns the center of the new DC
Mhm.
universe. Okay, because think about what the lanterns are. They're the intergalactic police, but with the Guardians. So we don't have a Watcher, quote unquote,
Mhm.
in DCU. Okay, so if you know, like, what if you've got the Watchers, that again watch the universe. The closest analog to that in the DC universe would pretty much be the Guardians on Oa. So use them, and I know they're not necessarily. This isn't necessarily the first series coming out,
Mhm.
but use them as that way to connect the dots between the different factors of the MCU. So you've got a bunch of, and what I do like of most of these shows and movies and shows is that it's featured me with powers. But if you're gonna do Batman Brave and the Bold, if you're gonna do Booster Gold, it's also an individual that mess with timelines that don't have powers.
Mhm.
So I think you can use the Guardians' presence and influence to connect the dots between the various projects that DCU has planned. James Gunn, JG, my guy, would trust you in the Kings to the longest running kingdom in comics. We have some love for Marvel. Compared to DC, Marvel's a new kid on the block.
Mhm.
You've been given the Kings keys to the kingdom. You have the most archetypal, as much as we love us some Iron Man, some Black Panther, RIP to Chadwick Boseman, as much as we love those characters, historically they don't keep up with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That trio you have. You have shown us so many cool things. I'm really excited for this, but seriously, use the Guardians to connect the dots across the universe and give us good shows, give us quality movies, and please, even if it's just for one episode, you can make it a glitch. Give us Lil Jon voicing Skeets.
Yeah.
That would just, I promise you, Brad, we joke all the time about people listening. If Lil Jon is somehow attached to Skeets, I know they were listening. That
Yeah.
would be our 100% proof that they were listening because they see. And we don't even want credit.
Mhm.
We give you this stuff free of charge. Give us Lil Jon, minus the East Side Boys as the voice of Skeets.
So Brian,
Yes, sir.
what sector is Earth in the Green
Don't do this
Lantern?
to me. You see my cocktail. Don't do this to me. 2814.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes. 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 2814 is
Holla
Earth
at
sector.
your boy. You know what? Yes, sir. And again, I may not have an infinity glove. I got an infinity gauntlet, and it gave me the power of the universe, sir. Holla at your boy, 2814. And if you don't know why this is such a big deal, the first podcast Bradley and I did, he threw out a tat about 2814, and I couldn't figure it out because I couldn't keep track of the 2814 in DC. So, Bradley, what Earth do we live on in the MCU? What's the number?
616.
Doggone it. All right, cool. So 616-2814, we holler at each other. So Bradley, have I redeemed myself, sir?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Boom.
All right,
Boom, Brad.
and the last thing we got to talk quick about
sir.
is Paradise Lost. Thea
Bruh.
Mascara, Game of Thrones on
Yes,
Thea Mascara, man.
Yes.
It's good. There's going to be a lot of women in the
Yeah,
show.
I would assume so. It's the
Yeah.
Isle of Amazon, so it should be featuring a lot of women. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some outside world. We're going to
Yep.
get,
Yep.
we're going to get a lot of the big time Amazonians. Hippolyta,
Yep.
Artemis.
Yep.
Artemis is going to be cool. Now in the movies, I forget who played her. It was an athlete.
Yeah, I can't think of it either, but it was an athlete. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, hopefully, and it might even be, predate Wonder Woman too. I mean, we don't
I was
know.
curious if we'll get a. By the way, is Gal still under contract? Or does she go the way of Henry Cavill? when it comes to
I don't
her
know.
connection to Wonder Woman. Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
I know Affleck's still hanging around with Batman. I want to see if Gal Gadot is still connected to Wonder Woman because there were some issues with I know her contract.
Mhm,
But if you can give us Gal Gadot, which I'm probably horribly ripping up her last name. I thought I really liked her in Wonder Woman 84. Not so much. That was just a bad movie.
mhm.
I don't know if anyone's gonna save that. But if you give us some time with that, maybe just bring her in as the narrator. Maybe you don't get actual Diana Prince
Mhm.
there. I'm looking forward to that as well. I think that can be a really cool movie, excuse me, series. That again, it's not even going to be in the game. And of all the things that we've mentioned between MCU and DCU, Paradise Lost and Mascara has the ability to lend itself to a within this realm a political thriller, because you have the issue with the gods, Ares, Zeus, the Amazons trying to have their own identities and cultures and independence. You could do some cool things with this, which I hopefully we get. And you know what, give us Lena Headley just by the fact that she had anything to do for a few years. Give us
Mhm.
Lena, she shows up. Maybe she's Hera. Wow, maybe that's it. Maybe you cast Lena
I like
Headley as
that.
Hera, and then go from there. So I'm really excited for all of these. But again, you know me, the two that I'm most excited for are the Authority and your boy Booster. Those are the two that are really excited for it.
I would say I am probably the most excited for Booster Gold and Lanterns out of
Yep,
everything.
yep, yep.
Um, I'm
I
re-
want to be excited for Brave and the Bold. I
mhm.
just don't want them to pull back on Damian Wayne, so I'm reserving judgment there.
Yeah, and I think the one that I think is going to be the sleeper is going to be Swamp Thing.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, man. So they have a really good
It's the
mix.
Yeah, it's the one that probably has the least cat. Well, them and Scare and Paradise Lost probably as well, but
Mhm.
from the movies, absolutely, I think Swamp Thing, what Authority, but I think Swamp Thing may be the hardest to bring to the big screen because it shouldn't be, whether it is or isn't. It shouldn't be that more typical superhero fantasy type flick. It should be the horror movie that we're promised. So
Mhm.
give us that, and give us an October release date. If you're gonna
Yeah,
do it, give us an October release date.
absolutely. All right. With all that being said, if you agree, disagreed, if you have thoughts, let us know. I want to
Yep,
talk about it.
absolutely,
Both of us will always talk about this stuff. So
dude. We love it. Can you
we do it
tell?
anyway. Yes. So,
For
Brian,
free.
where can we find you, buddy?
As always, you can find me on Facebook at Brian Stephen Dennis. Give me a like, give me a follow because of this Black History Month. Every day, I'm playing with the idea of a famous one in Black history. So hopefully, people find those entertaining and enlightening. And definitely come on Facebook and let's chop it up.
Yeah, you can tweet at me at Fandemic3. Actually, you know what? I haven't checked my Twitter in a long time. I'm just going to delete that right now. Don't tweet at me at Fandemic3. You go to Facebook. Look me up at Facebook at the Fandemic. I'm also active on TikTok at the Fandemic1. You can
Yes,
support
sir.
the show in several ways. You can buy us a coffee at
Yes, sir.
buymeacoffee.com/the Fandemic. If you do, we will either toast you or roast you on the next episode.
But we love
Also,
you regardless.
that's right. You can go to Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN. You can become an episode assistant, episode producer, a pre-venge producer like Stacy, or yes, you could be part of the con. You could be part of the Council of Nerds.
Absolutely.
Become a monthly supporter at anchor.fm/PVOTN. Go to PayPal or Venmo. If you just want to give me a couple bucks to help offset some costs, that's great. You can do that at Bradley Butin, or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome.
Awesome.
Don't forget to leave a 5. Don't forget to keep the conversation alive with your comments and leave a 5-star review.
Boom.
Brian, I think we are at max levels.
We have leveled it up, sir. So as we're closing tonight, remember we appreciate your time, your input, your listening, and your comments. So remember, no retreat, no surrender. Thanks for leveling up. You're awesome. And Goonies, never say die.
We're all playing the same game in life, just on a different level. Thanks for catching up. You're welcome for leveling up your awesome. Live free or die empty. If you think about it, every time you feel stupid, you just got smarter.
Boom.
Squirrels' cheeks are their nutsacks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Growth through stupidity. Absolutely.